So, ladies and gentlemen, the United States just told Nigerian authorities that should they want the visa restrictions to be lifted, that they will have to accept 300,000 Venezuelan deportees into Nigeria. I don't know what the terms are. I don't know what agreement they've had before. I don't know what level of talks they've had before. But the Nigerian foreign minister and the Nigerian government has come out to make a bold statement that they won't be honoring any deal in that regard. So let's listen to what the Nigerian foreign minister had to say to that regard.
Trade countermeasures are being prepared to mitigate such fallout.
Excuse me. Sorry, that may not necessarily, what the issue of tariffs may not necessarily have to do with us participating in BRICS. You have to also bear in mind that the U.S. is mounting considerable pressure on African countries to accept Venezuelans to be deported from the U.S., some straight out of prison. It will be difficult for a country like Nigeria to accept Venezuelan prisoners into Nigeria. We have, in the famous words of, I don't know if you know the U.S. rap group called Public Enemy. If you do, then you'll remember a line from Flavor Flav, a member of the group, who said, Flavor Flav has problems of his own. I can't do nothing for you, men. We have enough problems of our own. We cannot accept Venezuelan deportees to Nigeria, for crying out loud. We already have 230 million people. You will be the same people that would castigate us if we acquiesce to accepting Venezuelans from U.S. prisons to be brought into
Are we under
Nigeria.
pressure? Are we under pressure from the Americans, from the U.S.?
These are some of the discussions that have.
Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think the United States is pushing this type of thing to Nigeria? It is because they feel like the Nigerian government don't know their left from their right. Yes, matter of fact. Is this not the same government that said they are rehabilitating Boko Haram, capture terrorists, give them job, give them food, prioritize cows over human beings? So the United States is looking at them that, what type of people are these? So if you can prioritize cows over human beings, why won't you take 300,000 Venezuelan prisoners? Look at what Nigeria has turned into overnight. I can't believe this. And you know, the funny thing is that I believe that there are some internal secrets that we don't even know about this particular thing going on. We don't know. We were kept in the dark for so long. If not for this 10% tariff that was placed on Nigeria, we won't hear none of this. We will never hear none of this. And I think they've been in connivance for so many sabotaging mission on the citizens of Nigeria for so long. This one is coming out now because it doesn't suit every party. I believe they are scared. That is the only reason. You capture terrorists, you will call them repentant. So that's why the US is looking at it that take 300,000 Venezuelan prisoners. But you say you can rehabilitate terrorists. Why can't you help us rehabilitate these 300,000, elements from Venezuela? I don't know where they are coming from. Can you imagine? And I believe there are some conversations that the two countries must have been making underground up until now. If not for the 10% tariff that was placed on them, maybe we will just wake up one day and we'll see Venezuelans all around the place. This is so barbaric. And this shows you what the foreign diplomacy of the United States is looking like in the modern day, geopolitical landscape. I can't believe that Nigeria will ever come to this point. Shit. I think most of the democratic presidents in Africa now are legitimate puppets. This one is a certified claim. All Democrat. I don't care who your president is at this point. Okay? Maybe except the president of Botswana and Ghana. The South African president is a legitimate puppet. Like many puppets in Africa. Many. So much. Except the ones in the AES. Those are not democratic. So you get what I'm saying? Man, this is serious. And let me take you to the next information. You see the countries that were invited to the U.S. Africa Business Summit, those presidents they are certified puppets. You guys would think maybe Donald Trump just did everything he did and all of that. Maybe they were embarrassed. We were embarrassed. These colonial stooges were not embarrassed. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the president of Gabon. Coming back to Africa with "Make America Great Again" hat on his, oh goodness. Okubasi. This is a serious situation though. Honestly speaking, these guys that are in key positions, I believe that these guys can sell Africa completely. These guys will sell their country without thinking twice. You are you are the first person in Gabon. You are coming back home with "Make America Great" art. You don't want to make Gabon great. And look at those people that are praising him. What a sorry sight for Africa. What a sorry sight. So this is how Africa wants to unite, with elements like this. After all the insults. So you can see that the way we saw the whole embarrassment, these guys, they don't see it like that. He's even celebrating returning back with a whole bag of shame on his head. That art is a bag of shame. And his people are hailing him. You can even see the mentality of his people. Ah, shit. This is serious, honestly. This is serious. This is serious, honestly. This is a serious situation in Africa. And, well, what do you think about this? What do you think about all this, mediocrity that these guys are showing? What do you think about it? Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is that the AES presidents actually proved that they are on a whole different level today, right? You see, the meeting that the confederations of the AES had today actually showed that these guys are operating on a different level. This is the first time I'm seeing three presidents having this type of meeting, in that we know of. Maybe some of them might be having this type of meeting, but this is the first time I'm seeing this type of meeting happening in real time, like they are broadcasting it. The thing about the AES is that these guys are so transparent, and everything they do, they show it to us to know that, yeah, we are really, really doing what we do, and they are not shy about it. So the 8th AES Head of State Conference took place today under the chairmanship of General Abdurrahman Chiani of Niger Republic. And let me just summarize the key things they discussed. Taking stocks of allied activity, adopting structuring measures in connection with the Confederation of Sahel. They also discussed achieving developmental goals. They discussed commitment to regional integration, collective sovereignty, solidarity between people of the AES. And lastly, they finished the meeting with clear instructions to accelerate the implementation of the resolution that were adopted in this meeting. So, I mean, when you look at how they had the meeting and how transparent these guys are, and apart from that, any decision that will be taken in the AES state in terms of diplomacy, it applies to all of them. As a foreign country, what you discuss with Niger is what you discuss with Mali, is what you discuss with Burkina Faso. You don't discuss something different with the three of them. They are so open to themselves and they are moving in the same direction, helping each other out. And recently they just developed their own criminal court, and they are going to be creating their own constitution and setting their own rules and regulations. What a great country indeed. To be honest with you, they are trying to create their own destiny. They're trying to manufacture their own future by themselves. Let them decide their own fate. Not some foreign colonial non-entity to come and decide for them how they rule themselves, how they move, how they walk, how they do everything in their own land. But on the other side of the coast, with the democratic regimes, what we have going on there is very, very diabolical. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Yesterday, it was all insult all over the place on how Donald Trump treated these guys, and today we are seeing the president of Gabon making a mess of himself, the highest level of mediocrity I've ever seen. What do you think, guys? It's your boy 72 Android signing out. Enough said, but before I go, please do well to drop your opinion in the comment section. We want to know what your thought is about everything.